back, guys. Oh, my back. It's jazzy. Yeah. 90.1, guys. 90.1 FM, KSYM. Oh, go to the TuneIn app, check it out.
So we heard music from Basik and SpyMC with Socrates. The latest from Rel McCoy featuring Mocha Only with Getting By. Music from Ariel and Brian Hamilton with It's Fresh Outside featuring Apostle. And the latest from Chronological with Blue Street Hills. This is the Urban Suite, KSYM 90.1 FM, D Major, Cheryl Metal, Basik, SpyMC, Samurai Sai in the studio. So, give us a clue on this latest project. How was it different from your earlier projects that you worked on, basically?
So far I've just released Divine. Divine was basically me straying away from any sort of negativity, period. Not like trying to hop into my purest form, you know what I mean, and then putting out music through that vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of boom bap, a lot of hip hop vibes. It's real. You'll feel good when you're jamming it, you know. Change Over Time is, I guess, a compilation of music from the beginning of my career, the middle of my career, and where I am now. Because you can't get to where you're at now without the past, and you can't get to the future without the past and the present. You know what I mean? So it's literally changed through time, and I just picked a lot of my favorite tracks throughout. You know what I mean? What I've done, because usually I'll make maybe like 4 or 5 tracks a week, and I'll pick my favorites, and those are the ones that are gonna go on albums or whatever I'm planning. And I made Divine, and then I had all these tracks already ready to go, and I kept going to studios and whatnot. And Change Over Time was something that I planned from the beginning, but you know, I had to create it to get there. So I felt the time was right. I felt the momentum was there. It's doing all right. It's doing pretty good on Spotify right now.
Cool. Awesome.
Change Over Time.
Very cool. Now, the trio of you, Sai, and Tico.
Yeah.
Every time we see you guys on stage, one hell of a time. What is it about that combination of you three that keeps everything strong and keeps everything exciting? Because we love seeing you on stage together.
In the studio, I think it's the unspoken competition, the diversity. You know what I mean? Because we each got a different idea around the same idea. Like we'll come up with, I guess, whatever the track's gonna be about, and then each attack it from a different angle. You know what I mean? So I think it shows when we perform, because let's say we have a combined set, or it's my set and I'll bring out Tico or Sai or something. The vibration switches immediately. Like you'll go through one song that's real like divine, and then you'll go through one song that's like it'll get you in your feels, and then out of nowhere it's this big trap banger that Tico drops. You know what I mean? So I think it's constantly always changing, constantly fresh. So people love that, and I mean beyond that, we're all really dope homies. So
I think it's also the way like our chemistry is. You know, we all just kind of like, I don't know, feed off each other and everything as well. Like it's motivation, like you said, unspoken competition as well. Like we just push each other, you know, like anyone else would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And the same going with the work that you do with Spy as well.
Yeah. That's just my bro. You know what I mean? So we without really even talking about it just ended up in the studio a lot of times, and we both got the same work ethic. Like, let's just knock this out, and we like perfecting tracks and stuff like that. And I mean, we dropped Socrates, and it was a local hit. You know what I mean? So we just kept working at it, and honestly, I feel like everything we've made thus far just keeps topping the last track we made. So
Wow.
that's how that's working.
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate the work that you putting in. Speaking of work putting in, we are coming up on Breathe. What went into the production and recording of this track?
Breathe is James and Brace production. I mean, me and him, we just have conversations about life, and whatever we end up talking about is what ends up coming out in the track. Breathe, I feel like there's a lot of anxiety going around in the city. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of drug use, you know what I mean? And it's just my way of saying, you know, sit back, meditate, live in the moment. I actually shot a video last week with Wayne Fowl. Shout out to him. It's gonna come out. I'm gonna release the TMS video this week with Spy, and then I'll probably release the next one after I get some numbers on that one. So that one's in the chamber. It's ready to go. But the song is out on Spotify right now.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Music from Basik. This is Breathe. Keep it locked. More coming up, y'all. This is the Urban Suite, KSYM 90.1 FM.